Morning Year 5s, it's the science video. It's the last one of the day if you do it in order. And you'll notice I put science on Monday, and science has been on Friday for the last couple of weeks, but I've moved it due to our task. So, quick look at the do nows. What is a satellite? It's some man-made object that orbits a celestial object. We have satellites. You may think satellites to be metal things, and they are. But a satellite can be anything. It doesn't even have to be man-made. It can be something that orbits another thing. You could argue that the moon is a satellite of Earth. Okay, so forget that I just said man-made. A satellite is just something that orbits another thing. We are a satellite of the sun. It's just that we have man-made satellites as well. What is the difference between orbit and rotation? We've had that before. Orbit means to go round. Rotation means to spin on its axis. Why do we have seasons? That's to do with the axis, isn't it? So Earth is tilted on its axis. And when it orbits the sun, different parts of the sun's rays hit the Earth at a different angle. So it's because we are tilted. We do not wobble. How many degrees is the Earth's axis tilted? Oh, I think I forgot this last week as well. Is it 23 and a half degrees? That is a fact that I cannot get in my mind. My connection of my brain will just not connect that bit of information together. I'm gonna have to get that fact nailed. How many phases of the moon are there? Well, there are 8 phases of the moon. Name 3. Well, you can have a new moon, waxing gibbous, waxing crescent, or you could have waning gibbous, waxing gibbous. Estimate how many newtons of force it would take to pull a chair. I would say if you estimate anything between 15 and 20, I think that's fair. I mean, it depends what surface it's on. If it's on a thick carpet, it might need more like 25. Or it might depend where you pull it from, the top of the chair, the bottom of the chair. I'm going to say anything between 15 and 20 newtons, I think, is a fair estimate for that. A quick look at the science. Linking to the work we did with Sheffield United's Move and Learn during PE, who were fantastic. Shout out to them. It would be interesting to see how well you're maintaining your balanced diet during lockdown. I don't just mean the food, I mean the drinks as well. Use the grid below or design your own to track the intake of food and drink. So I've provided you with one here. Obviously, you can't all print it off. I don't expect you to. You can either just copy that out on a piece of paper. That's not going to take 10 seconds. Or you can design your own. You can do it more like a food diary, and each page is just like your meals. But as long as you've got breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks and drinks, I quite like that they're separate. And just have a track it. You know, I understand you're at home quite a lot of the time. I find it hard at times. I think all the staff are mentioning it as well. Sometimes I just crave that chocolate biscuit, or you know, you'll have a day where you're really on it and you're like, yeah, I'm eating really well today. And you'll have a day where you're just like, no, you know what, I want to sit on the sofa and eat crisps and watch films. You're gonna have those ups and downs. As long as you don't get into that habit, as long as you do get yourself out, but you are going to fluctuate a little bit. The main one's the drink. I noticed I'm not drinking half as much water as I was at work. So I'm making sure I drink, I've always got a glass full of water. So, have a go with that. It'll be very interesting to see how you're doing with that. And hopefully it will maybe make you aware that your diet's maybe changed a little bit. Remember, no food is bad. It's the amount of food you have. It's the amount of that food. So, snack. All right, bag of crisps. If it's a bag of crisps every couple of days, there's not a problem with that. If you're having 2 every day, 3 every day, it's maybe something you want to keep aware of, because obviously we're not going out and burning off as much energy as we were. Even the walks, it's not the same, okay? So that's something you can be doing through this week. And depending when you started this work, you could probably do Mondays, or at least start it. So enjoy that one. It'd be quite interesting to do, I think.